Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you, holy elect. All right, and just through the Spirit, back at it one more time. Speaking expressly through the Spirit. Just pretty much what's on my mind. All right, and just let the Spirit speak expressly. And pretty much what's on my mind through the Spirit, because man, when the scriptures talk about how Lot was vexed with the filthy conversations and the wicked deeds that was going on, enough to question, like, man, what was Lot, the conversations that he was hearing about, those wicked deeds that he witnessed, right? Well, hey, I mean, it's not far-fetched, because we just see everything that's going on today. You see, we see everything that's going on today, man. So it's not a like a hard concept to like, what was he going through? Well, we are experiencing it today, right now. The fact that you got this transformer community talking about how they're coming after our children, just a combination of things, man. And this is why we understand. This is why we see why judgment is necessary. Judgment is needed. Judgment has to take place. All right? Judgment has to take place, because especially, and you see, that's what's crazy about it. As wicked as it is right now, as bad as things are right now, it's only going to get more and more wicked. Right? It's only going to get more and more wicked. A lot of deception is getting ready to take place. And so much that, let me get this. In Matthew, or Mark chapter 13, in verse 22. For false Hamashiachs and false prophets shall rise, and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. But take ye heed, behold, I have foretold you all things. And you see, we're learning through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai to be spiritually discerned out here. We're learning to filter things through the scriptures. All right? Because with that being said, if we don't take heed, then we're going to get caught up in this deception. All right? We will get taken in this deception. But nevertheless, all the lying wonders, the signs, miracles performed on the left hand. You see, because like I said, we're coming into a time of great deception. All right, great deception. Mainly with the MOTB. Don't be surprised. More and more we're going to hear about people getting healed from Alzheimer's. Hell, we already had some of us have already reported on the one individual that was able to walk via this implantable device. He was able to walk again. You see, we're going to hear more and more about these lying wonders, basically spiritual power on the left hand. And that's going to deceive a lot of people. You see, but again, with that being said, there's going to be so much deception that if it were possible, even the elect would get deceived. Even the elect would be taken, because that's how bad it's going to get. You see, things are going to get so bad that we're going to have to get translated. The Lord is going to have to translate us out of here like Enoch. All right. That's why the Lord had to shorten the days on the behalf of the elect. Because like Enoch, because eventually, if you're in a wicked environment for too long, eventually you will get seduced. You will get, we will get taken. So that's why we have to get translated out of here like Enoch did. All right. You know, because if not, then we're done. We're finished. But nevertheless, that's how bad it's going to get. Because like I said, as bad as it is right now, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. You see, that's why what's getting ready to take place is necessary. What's getting ready to happen out here, it's necessary. You see? So with that being said, I'm going to go to this. Matter of fact, before I go to that, I'm going to go to this. In Genesis. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. So you see, man, during this time, things were so wicked. Things were so wicked that the Lord, he had to put it into it. He had to just completely, it was a complete factory reset. All right. Killed everyone save Noah and his family. You know, and this wasn't even the most wicked time of all time. You see, we're living in a time now where this is the most, we are living in the most wicked time of all time since the earth was created. You know, and with that being said, you got to think, man, you just got to, like, if the Lord destroyed the earth with water all those years ago, because here it is, the Lord, he's long suffering. The Lord is patient, right? The Lord is patient. But like this, during this time, eventually the Lord's patience, it ran out. And he just had to destroy everything, save Noah and his family, a complete factory reset. You know, it said that the Lord, he destroyed the man and beast, right? Because like I said, I mean, it's not hard to fathom what was going on back then, because we see today. We see today. You know, if it's so wicked to a point where the Lord has to destroy the animals, like what were they doing to the animals? Well, it's not hard to fathom, because we see today they were popping the animals. More than likely, they were popping the animals, doing all sorts of unspeakable things, abominations. What we see today, man, bestiality is legal in some states. You know, they're putting the C hips in these animals to track and trace them, right? That's why when you read Habakkuk, man, hey, the vision that the vision that Habakkuk seen, man, he's like, damn, Lord, were you displeased with the waters, the rivers, right? Animals, everything has to go, man. Because again, we're in the time now where wickedness is at an all-time high. This is the most wicked that the earth has ever been. So like I was saying, going back to this time, the Lord had to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, right? As well as those other surrounding cities, right? How much? What do you think the judgment is going to be for America, or just the judgment in general today? Being that this is the most wicked that the earth has ever been. What do you think the Lord's going to do today? Because that's how the Lord. That's how he gets his respect. All right, that's how he's going to get his respect via his judgments. Let me get this if I can find it. If I can find it. Because through the destruction of America, Babylon, the Lord is going to prove a point. A statement is going to be made. The destruction is going to be so great that America is never going to be inhabited ever again. America is just going to be one big desert forever, because the Lord is going to make such a statement with America's judgment. So if I can find this, second Ezra, I'm sorry, Isaiah chapter 8, verse 13. Isaiah 8 and 13. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And you see, that's what's getting ready. Again, that's what's getting ready to take place. All right. That's what's getting ready to take place. The Lord, he's going to permanently stamp his the names of Yahweh Shema Shai. When this is all said and done, it's going to ring different. Those names are going to ring different real soon here to come. Because again, man, the Lord is going to make a statement, and it's going to come by way of his judgment. So again, you got to imagine, what is the Lord going to do? What type of fear? What type of? And we can only imagine. I'm gonna get this in 2 Ezra chapter 5. Second Ezra chapter 5. Bear with me. Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 14. Then I awaked in an extreme fearfulness, went through all my body, and my mind was troubled so that it fainted. You see, because Ezra, Habakkuk, Job, hell, people today saw people are getting these visions, these dreams, you know. It's so much that the body, man, it can only deal with so much. These physical bodies can only deal with so much. They can only tolerate so much. That's why, like, you know, when you read about Ezra, Daniel, and other men, how they got these visions, man, and they got physically sick, because that's how bad, that's how gruesome and dreadful, you know. And we're in the time now where these things are going to play out, man. We're in that time now where these things are going to play out. You see? So again, just imagine, as I read in Genesis 6, the Lord, again, he's long-suffering. The Lord is very patient, right? But you can only be patient for so long. Eventually, the Lord's patience ran out, and he had to destroy the earth with water. He had to kill everything and everyone, save Noah and his family, you know, and everything that was on that ark. But again, just imagine, if the Lord did that back then, what do you think he's going to do now? Being that this is the most wicked that the earth has ever been. right? 2nd Ezra chapter 15. As I touched on yesterday, man, hey, judgments are being prepared. Judgments are being prepared, man. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, he has special things in reserve for America, special plans for Babylon. And so much that, like I said, the Lord is going to make a statement. The Lord is going to prove. That's when you read in Hosea, man, 4 and 6, or I'm sorry, 4 and 1, right? Where it talks about that controversy that the Lord has, right? Because you see, the Lord has a bone to pick. He has a point to prove. The Lord has a chip on his shoulder. Because what does the scripture say? Fear ye not me, right? These people are walking around here with absolutely no fear. That's a scary thing, because those of us in the know, hey, you know, that's why hey, what does the scripture say? Through the fear of the Lord, we persuade men. Through the examples that we read about in these scriptures, and how the Lord deals with us in our personal walk, you know, the Lord shows us personally how he deals with us personally. It's like, Lord, the Lord's not one to play with, man. The Lord's not one to play with. But these people are walking around here, and mainly Jake, because that's the focus. As I always say, the hell these other nations, you know, the focus is you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. Fear you not me, fear you not Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, right? Like I said, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, he has special things in store for Babylon. That, like I quoted in Hosea 4, man, hey, the Lord has a bone to pick. All right, and he's going to prove. The Lord has a chip on his shoulder. He has a point to prove. He has a point to make, and he's going to prove his point via his judgments, via the destruction of Babylon. Those judgments, man, that is right around the corner. Things that we've never seen before, things that the earth has never seen before since it was created. Right? Second Peter. Second Peter chapter 3, verse 7. But in the heavens and in the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So you see, man, I'll read that again. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, and by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. 2/3 Esau, the other nations. All right, like I mentioned before, things are going to get so bad out here that we're going to have to get translated out of here. We're literally going to have to get abducted out of here. Lord won't aware of that number, because that's how bad it's going to get. Like Enoch, man. That's how bad it's going to get. You see? Going into the second death, right? The first death coming by way of the water, the flood. Right? Wait, we're coming into the second death, man. You know, World War III is brewing up. Right? Basically, man, the pressure is being build up in the pipes, man. And once those pipes bust, hey, because that's what's going on. The Lord is moving everything into place, moving all the pieces on the chessboard. He's moving everything into place. The pressure is building in the pipes, man. And you know, once it's that time, hey, that this time of judgment, hey, you know, it's going to be nothing like any of us or the world has ever seen. You see, again, the Lord is going to he's going to prove a point. The Lord has a point to prove. He's going to make a statement via America's destruction, the judgments that are going to be, throughout the four corners of the earth. Because it's not going to be just America, all right? It's going to be bad everywhere, but America is just going to get it hit the worst. That's why I read, the Lord has special things, and he has special things reserved in store for Babylon, for America. Going to 2nd Esdras 15. 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So you see, man, as it tells you in Revelation 18, the iniquities reaching unto the heavens, man. This place is overly deserving of judgment, but things have to play out. The words of the Lord have to play out. Prophecy has to play out. All right, but once it gets to that point, once it gets to that mark, once it gets to that boundary where that's it, right? And speaking of, because you read in Revelation, what is that, 7? It talks about the angels holding back the winds of the destruction, holding back those winds, right? Because like I said, the Lord is moving everything into place. All the pieces on the chessboard, the Lord, the ultimate mastermind, the ultimate chess player, the ultimate strategist, a man of war that we're talking about. You see? So once, it's that time that, once it's that time, everything is just going to flow, because like I said again, 2 Esdras 15 and 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hopeful works are fulfilled. So again, if wickedness back during the time of Genesis 6 reached, at that time, the most wicked at that time, and the Lord did what he did back then, what do you think the Lord's going to bring now, being that wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth? The hurtful works are fulfilled, man. What do you think the Lord's going to do now? Just imagine that, man. Just think about that. What do you think the Lord's going to do now? What do you think he's going to do now? Well, because these words aren't enough. All right? These words aren't enough. That's why people, they have to see it. They have to experience it. They have to live through it. They have to feel it through death by pain. You see? I read verse 8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Because like I said, the Lord eventually, his patience is going to run out. Eventually, the Lord's patience is going to run out, man. And because, it's like the Lord's patience is running thin, And I just say that because, a lot of us are to a point which is like, man, we cannot do this anymore. We cannot bear this anymore. Like I mentioned before, going back to Lot, what he had to hear, what he had to witness, it's not too far. It's not too hard to to fathom what he had to deal with, because we see it. We see it, man. This is like, God damn. We cannot put up enough curses up on this place. We can't put up enough. So, again, it said, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. And we feel it, man. We feel it. I know brothers feel it. Like, man, the Lord's really about to jack this place up. He's really about to do it. Going back to the video that the Eve, she did the video basically going into what's to come. And, because it's like the Lord was speaking expressly through her, man. It's like their spirit was speaking expressly through her. And I believe, the Lord was letting us know that, it's almost that time, because, the Eve, man, she mentioned how, while things are locked down, and she was just, going into how, don't worry about what's going on outside. Get your mind right. Get your spirit right. And I believe the Lord was speaking expressly through her to let us know that, again, get your mind right. Gird the loins of thy mind, man. Get ready. I believe the Lord was letting us know. I believe the Lord was talking to us, man. Get ready, prepare. Because, the Lord, again, we're not going to be, the Lord's not going to be talking too much longer, man. Like I just said, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Eventually the speaking is going to stop. The warnings is going to stop. Eventually the Lord's patience is going to come to an end. Which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Yeah, because again, these people, they simply don't care. They simply don't care. So, okay. Because I always say, hey, you know, Jake's attitude is F you to the Most High, right? Well, hey, the time's going to come where, hey, the Lord's going to be like, F you too. You know? It says, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. And the souls of the just complain continually. Because, again, it is, you know, we can't deal with this no more, man. We can't deal with it no more. It's like, man, Lord, if you don't do something, the Lord's got to do something. The Lord's got to do something. The Lord has to put an end to this wickedness, man. He has to. So, you know, we egg it on. Come on with it. You know, we're not in a spirit of, you know, like, hey, you know, I got a 5-year plan and I just want to do that. No, man, let the hell with all this. Let it come. Let these judgments come. You know, but, you know, hey, again, man, just to recap, because like I meditate on that Genesis 6 a lot. Like the Lord destroyed the earth back then. Because again, the Lord, man, he's patient. He's patient. And me being a father myself, and any parent at that, man, because you don't want to get to a point where you have to, you know, whoop ass, right? You try to give that child as much of an opportunity as possible to listen, to obey, to get right. But, you know, because like the scriptures say, we provoke the Lord to his face. So it's like, you know, you have a child, man, he's just constantly provoking you and he doesn't want to listen, doesn't want to get right. Well, eventually your patience is going to run out. Eventually you're going to have to whoop ass, man. You know, eventually you're going to have to lash out. And that's what the Heavenly Father's getting ready to do on a worldwide scale, man. You know, matter of fact, I'm going to get one more in Habakkuk, because this is our best bet, man. The Lord is just, you know, the Lord being with us, the Lord on our side, the Lord preserving us, because it's going to get bad. I always say our words will never do justice. Our words will never do justice. We can only but paint so much of a picture and put so much emphasis on it. Our words will never do justice, right? But Habakkuk 3, because again, these men of old, they seen the times that we're in right now, about to come into, the prophets of old, they seen it, right? Like you read on where's that? I think that's Habakkuk as well, where he said, might be in the same chapter. Yeah, verse 2 real quick, Habakkuk 3:2. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid, O Lord. Revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years make known, and wrath remember mercy, because that's how bad it's going to be. The Lord's going to be dropping so many bodies. And that's the thing about Jake on the block, right? The Jake that has the most body counts, them be the Jakes that get the most respect, right? You might have Jake where they got 3, 4, 5 bodies, man, and them be the Jakes that get the respect. How much more the Heavenly Father? Because the Lord is really about to start dropping bodies, man. You see? And there's going to be so much bodies dropping out here, because soon, you know, you got dozens over here, mass shootings over there, right? You might have 20 people dying over here, you know, earthquake over there, 18 people dying over here. But soon that number is going to go from hundreds, right? And then from there, it's going to go from thousands. And from there, you know, we're going to see hundreds of thousands of bodies dropping, man. From there, we're going to see people dropping by the millions. It's going to get crazy. So much going on, man, to where, hey, the Lord, Habakkuk said, hey, in wrath, remember mercy, because, you know, because we don't stand a chance without the mercy, without the Lord's mercy. We don't stand a chance. But it's going to get so bad, because like Habakkuk said, he said, I've heard that speech and was afraid. is he said, Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. Because Habakkuk, he was like, man, he seen what was coming. He's like, man, I want to be long gone when it's, he said, Lord, make this, because I'm sure Habakkuk, he didn't know when this was going to take place, right? So he was just like, man, hey, revive thy work in the midst of the years, man. Lord, when you bring this, I want to be long gone when this takes place. Lord, please don't let me be around when this happens. He said, revive thy work in the midst of the years. Let this happen long after I'm gone. You know, because, hey, we don't want no smoke with the Lord. You know? But jumping down to verse 16, it says, when I heard, my belly trembled. My lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself. You ever get that feeling, you know, your stomach touching your ass, your knees get weak, you know, when that sensation of fear comes over you, man? It says, and I trembled in myself that I might rest in the day of trouble. You see? Because that's our best bet. Just, man, Lord, please let me be found right over there, right there. That's where we want. That's where the hope for the elect. That's where we want to be, right there. Inside joke, right? We want to be over there. We don't want to be, you know, catching it with all these other people, man. We want to be right there, right there. You know, Lord willing, we're gonna be all right, man. You know, but hey, that was just on my mind. Lord willing, this is edifying. Shalom to you, hopefully, like until next time.